Welcome to our channel, where history's transformative moments come alive today. We journey from the remote Andes to the heart of China, uncovering how one discovery revolutionized global trade. We begin with the purest silver ever found, a treasure that ignited an unprecedented economic revolution. This remarkable find connected distant continents and reshaped the very foundation of trade. But what happens when this silver catches the eye of the most powerful man on Earth? Stay with us as we reveal the astonishing events that followed. The discovery of pure silver in the Andes. In a secluded settlement high in the Andes, miners uncovered a treasure that defied all expectations. This was no ordinary silver. It was the purest form ever seen, radiating a brilliance that captivated its discoverers. The discovery was made in a harsh, rugged terrain where nature guarded its secrets. Fiercely, local miners, working with primitive tools, stumbled upon veins of silver that shimmered like liquid light. Every glimmer of metal hinted at an untold wealth waiting to be harnessed. This pure silver was soon recognized as a symbol of immense prosperity and power. Its quality surpassed that of any metal known at the time, setting a new benchmark in precious resources. News of the discovery spread quickly through nearby settlements, stirring excitement among traders. Scholars and merchants traveled from afar, drawn by tales of a metal that could change the course of history. The Andes, long a silent witness to ancient mysteries, now echoed with the promise of economic revolution. Every ounce of this silver carried a potential that reached far beyond its local origins. Miners worked tirelessly, driven by the dream of a discovery that could connect continents. This find became the cornerstone for what would eventually become a vast global trade network. The purity of the silver was so remarkable that it soon became the subject of myths and legends. Artisans marveled at its luster, while traders saw it as the key to unprecedented wealth. The discovery ignited a spark that would transform isolated communities into bustling trade hubs. It signified not just the extraction of a metal, but the beginning of a new economic era. The Andes, once quiet and remote, became the starting point of a global chain reaction. Every transaction involving this silver echoed with the promise of prosperity and global connectivity. The unique quality of the silver attracted interest from both local chieftains and distant empires. It was soon evident that this discovery had far-reaching implications beyond simple mineral wealth. The find would pave the way for a transformation in trade practices across continents. The raw beauty of the silver captured imaginations and set the stage for economic innovation in those remote mountains. The pure silver marked the dawn of a revolution in global commerce. Thus, the Andes unveiled its secret, a treasure that would forever change the world of trade. The Silver Surge and Global Trade Revolution. As the news of pure silver spread, the world watched in anticipation. Merchants from Europe, Asia, and the Americas rushed to secure this invaluable resource. Silver quickly transcended its role as a mere metal and became the backbone of emerging global economies. Its unmatched purity elevated its status, making it the preferred medium of exchange among trading empires. Coins were minted and commerce flourished, all driven by the brilliance of this precious metal. Trade routes, once dormant, sprang to life as silver flowed from the Andes to distant lands. Merchants navigated vast oceans and treacherous lands, all in pursuit of this transformative asset. The Silver Surge created a network that interconnected diverse cultures and economies. Every trade deal struck with silver forged new alliances between distant nations. The economic landscape was reshaped, with silver serving as the catalyst for unprecedented prosperity. This period saw the birth of a truly globalized market, where distant lands became economically intertwined. The value of silver was so extraordinary that it spurred innovations in trade and finance. Its influence extended to every corner of the world, from bustling ancient markets to emerging urban centers. Ancient trade routes evolved into thriving conduits of wealth, carrying silver as the lifeblood of commerce. Every merchant's journey was illuminated by the glint of silver, a promise of fortune and new beginnings. The influx of this metal transformed economies, elevating local markets into centers of global exchange. Regions that once operated in isolation became vibrant nodes in an expansive trade network. The economic impact of pure silver echoed throughout history, laying the groundwork for modern financial systems. Its role in minting coins and funding empires was unmatched in its significance. The global demand for silver surged, influencing the rise and fall of nations in its wake. This period marked a renaissance of commerce, driven by the power of a single, brilliant metal. Trade agreements and economic policies were rewritten to accommodate this new era of wealth. Silver's allure was so potent that it redefined the very concept of value across cultures. The revolution sparked by silver was not only economic, but also cultural, linking disparate civilizations. Thus, the pure silver from the Andes ignited a trade revolution that would forever alter the global market. Silver's arrival in China and the catalyst for change. The journey of pure silver eventually led it to the ancient lands of China in China. Silver was revered not only as a currency, but as a symbol of power and transformation. The arrival of this remarkable metal ignited a wave of change in Chinese trade practices. Chinese merchants, known for their meticulous trade systems, quickly integrated silver into their economy. This influx of silver redefined traditional Chinese monetary practices and fueled economic innovation. Local markets were revitalized as the precious metal became the cornerstone of trade. Silver flowed into bustling port cities, sparking a metamorphosis in commerce. Its purity and value resonated deeply with a culture steeped in ancient traditions. The Chinese economy, long reliant on barter and basic coinage, began to undergo a dramatic transformation. Trade routes within China were reinvigorated by the promise of silver's wealth. The metal became instrumental in forging new economic policies that emphasized fiscal efficiency. Chinese leaders saw the potential to harness silver as a tool for national prosperity. Its influence extended beyond mere commerce, inspiring innovations in art, culture, and governance. Local industries began to adapt, reorienting their production methods to cater to the silver-driven market. The traditional economic landscape was reshaped by the steady influx of this brilliant resource. Silver became the linchpin for a series of reforms that modernized China's trade infrastructure. The integration of silver spurred a renaissance of commercial activity across the empire. Regions that had once been isolated now found themselves connected by an unyielding demand for this metal. The transformative power of silver elevated China's status in global trade circles. Economic strategies evolved rapidly, influenced by the relentless flow of silver from distant lands. The metal's arrival marked a turning point, bridging the gap between traditional practices and modern commerce. Chinese artisans and craftsmen began to produce ornate artifacts and currency, all inspired by silver's brilliance. This period of change laid the groundwork for a new era of international trade and cultural exchange. China's economy was set on a path toward becoming a formidable global trade powerhouse. Thus, the infusion of pure silver catalyzed a sweeping transformation that would echo through Chinese history. The Eye of Power, teasing a new era. But what happens when this brilliant silver catches the eye of the most powerful ruler on earth? As the silver's allure grew, it inevitably reached the imperial court of China. The emperor, a man steeped in centuries of tradition and ambition, could not ignore its potential. He recognized that this influx of silver presented an unprecedented opportunity for power and control. In response, the emperor boldly issued a new tax decree that required all taxes to be paid in silver. This radical policy was designed to streamline revenue collection and harness the metal's immense value. The decree transformed the traditional Chinese tax system, integrating silver into every facet of the economy. It sent shockwaves through the corridors of power, both within China and across the globe. Foreign merchants and local elites alike scrambled to adapt to this new fiscal landscape. The emperor's decision redefined Chinese trade policies and set the stage for dramatic shifts in global commerce. This bold move effectively placed China at the epicenter of an emerging global trade network. It demonstrated the empire's willingness to embrace innovation while clinging to its ancient traditions. The policy change spurred economic growth, but it also ignited fierce competition among rival nations. Western powers began to vie for access to China's vast markets. Eager to tap into this silver-fueled economy, trade disputes intensified as the world watched China's transformation with both awe and apprehension. The emperor's surprising decree became the linchpin of a series of events that would reshape international relations. It set in motion a cascade of diplomatic maneuvers and economic realignments on a global scale. The resulting tensions would later contribute to the complex backdrop of the Opium Wars. This policy not only secured China's economic interests, but also exposed it to external pressures. The emperor's actions redefined China's role in the world, shifting it from isolation to active global engagement. The transformation ushered in an era where trade, diplomacy, and conflict were intricately linked. Now every silver coin and every trade agreement carried the weight of imperial ambition. The stage was set for a dramatic unfolding of events that would test the resilience of an ancient empire. As global tensions rose, one burning question remained. How would this transformation affect the future of trade? Stay tuned for our next video, where we reveal the astonishing details of the emperor's tax decree and the beginning of the Opium Wars, a turning point that forever altered the course of global commerce.